Hi, it's Dr. Arielle Schwartz with a kind of special share for you today. I had a vision about 3 years ago, and this vision was inspired by many of you. I've been sharing for many years the photographs that I love taking in nature, combined with quotes from the Post Traumatic Growth Guidebook, or combined with poetry, combined with inspirational thoughts. And many of you have been asking me over these years, when are you going to do something with your photographs, Arielle? Are you going to create a coffee table book? What might you do with this? So the inspiration that I had from those questions is that really what I wanted to create with them was an inspirational card deck. So I created a template of this deck about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, somewhere in there. And this template was kind of on my own making. It was through a company called MakePlayingCards.com, and it was a good template, and it worked for a while as a placeholder for the vision. But the larger vision was that I wanted to make a really high quality card deck, a kind of one that is an art deck that has a nice feeling of the cards, has a nice flow, has a little book that accompanies it that has the healing inspirational quotes within it. And so I finally found the group to help me make that. So Wonderland Press, which is the company that was started by a woman named Anna Frolick, I had been following her for about 2 years and waiting for her to open up a slot to assist me to create this deck for you. And it's here and it's done. And okay, I have, the really heavy box that I got in the mail with my card decks to do a little box opening celebration with you. And I think this one feels a little extra special for me because I've done a lot of box openings. I've written 8 books at this point, and they're all really special. But this one is my baby. It's my project. It's something that I was able to publish for myself and really stay in alignment with my own vision, my creativity. And I'm just so thrilled to be able to share it with you. Now, it's not an easy box to open, so I'll tell you some more about it as I go. For me, when I look at the pictures that I've chosen for these cards, they each have a story. And over time, I'll share these stories with you as I use the deck in teachings and as you get to know the deck. And if you have questions about where any of the photos were taken, I'm always happy to share, because what I love about the photos that inspire the deck and the process of sharing with them is that, like, really well packaged, is that they when I get to tell those stories and when I look at the photos, I'm reminded of some really special moments. Like, for example, one of them was taken on kind of a tough day for me. And I was out there walking. I wasn't feeling that well that day. Some of you know that I'm prone to migraines, and I was suffering from one of those. And I was walking along, kind of doing what I do on my walks, which is look for beauty. Just look for beauty wherever I can find it. And the sun was setting. I'm often out walking at sunset. And I saw these weeds next to the dog park. And the weeds were just catching that sun in just the right way. And so I'm now kneeling in a pile of rubble, rocks, and in these weeds, looking at the way that the sun is moving just the right way through the grasses and the weeds. And I caught a gorgeous photo. It's one of the photos in the deck that we are making our way toward. And that particular image, which I've paired with this concept of look for beauty, encapsulates for me the whole point of this process, which is that, especially on the days that we're having a tough time, it's so profoundly important. All right, I'm not kidding. There's another layer here, another layer of tape and another box in a box. So I'm not done. But it encapsulates the point of this whole thing, that when I wrote the post-traumatic growth guidebook, this one right here, the purpose of that book was to say that it's not on our greatest days that we need inspiration. Those days we're feeling okay. We're already up and going. It's on the days where we're facing challenge, where we're suffering, that we need something to remind us to look up, to look for that beauty. Oh my goodness, we found it. Through all the layers, here it is. The post-traumatic growth card deck, the post-traumatic growth deck. And this photo taken in the botanical gardens. I'm gonna put the heavy box down and I'll show you the deck. That photo of actually a water lily, but it's lotus representational, was taken in Steamboat Springs at the botanical gardens. And so this deck is it pairs with the post-traumatic growth guidebook, but it's standalone. You don't need to have the two together. And it takes you through the arc of your own hero or heroine's journey. It provides inspiration for every step along the way. And it's high quality and it's beautiful. And it comes in this beautiful art box. And you open the box, and inside of it is the book. And I'll show you that in a moment. And behind that are the cards. And there's 54 of them. And they're beautiful and thick. And I'm so grateful for the artistic support that I had with Wonderland Press. And the front are my photos. Each one a step on the journey. Some of you have seen these if you've ever taken classes with me, Embody Your Boundaries, right? You've seen some of these photos. Let me show you the one I was talking about, the one that I took in the rubble, in the weeds on that day in the dog park. Here it is. Look for beauty. Look for beauty. And the cards are broken into 3 categories. The first is really about discovering where you are. It's about self-discovery. It's about starting in this place, getting to know your nervous system, getting to know what are your resources, so that we can move into the second phase, which is a deeper dive into trauma recovery and what supports that, working with the shadow. How do we expand and contract and trust the process that accompanies kind of new, death and birth together, right? That rebirth process, your hero's journey. And then you move along the way, no mud, no lotus, doing that shadow work. And eventually we re-emerge out of the depths, out of the darkness, to find your wild and free self, right? As you come out of the shadows and claim your worth and experience the courage to create in this beautiful yet broken world. You can own your story, give your gifts, and fulfill your potential. I really hope that you'll enjoy this deck, that you'll support me. One last thing before I close out. So this is the accompanying guidebook that supports the deck. So each card has a accompanying passage. I'll go ahead and read one of them to you, and then the rest you'll have to discover on your own. Let's go ahead and read that one that says, well, I'm not finding the look for beauty, so I'm going to just read whatever I find. We're going to read Cultivate Self-Compassion. A beautiful one. A practice of self-compassion invites you to bring tenderness and kindness to yourself in the same way that you might hold and care for a young child. Take a deep breath and see if you can hold yourself with love. Notice if you are able to receive this care from yourself. And if resistance arises, or if you find it difficult to receive love from yourself, explore expanding your self-compassion to include that feeling of resistance. Learning how to tenderly hold all of the vulnerable parts inside of you is a powerful foundation for healing. I'll show you the card that accompanies that. I'll send you on your way. I'll include the links of how to order the deck because I really hope that you'll do so and support this endeavor. This is the Cultivate Self-Compassion card. And what I love about knowing that every card has a story is that this particular image was taken, it's a cloud. It's a cloud that to me looks like one person leaning down, sharing a gift with another. And what I love about it is that I was walking with a dear friend. We were just opening our hearts, sharing a difficult moment, sharing a kind, loving moment, a compassionate exchange. And this cloud showed up in just the right moment, in just the right way. And sometimes it's like that when you pick a card, right? We get just the card that we need for that day. So I hope that this will support you in your journey. Thank you for watching this to the end. And let me know how it lands for you. Let me know when you get your deck. Okay.